And how is it going, everyone? Welcome to I Wanna Best the 100 Floors. Starting with some frame drops, interestingly. Well, on the bright side, this is a game that doesn't need a decent bitrate, but damn, that's pretty bad. Give me a second. Been a while since that happened, actually, but I guess sometimes it has to happen. But yeah, let me lower it a bit more. Like, goddamn. I mean, I remember when this used to happen like a very long time ago, but yeah, it was that a very long time ago. Well, it's okay. It should start dropping now. I want to believe. But yeah, let's just continue the session. I gotta say that I'm glad I decided to play this game today, because if the internet was gonna shit the bed like this, playing something like Dark Souls would have been impossible. But yeah, how is it going, Drainos? Well, the problem is that this snow effect might make the low bitrate already a problem, but yeah. Wait, where am I supposed to go? This way? I forgot where I'm even supposed to go. I think I was supposed to go right. Possibly, I don't know. Let me check the path. Yeah, it should be, okay, yeah. Well, let's just go right. Damn, that's crazy, bro. You haven't frame drop like that for a very long time, but right now it's just happening. Just feels like happening. But hopefully it's only something that happens today, because it would be bad if it wasn't just today. But yeah, it's fine. Can't complain considering that I decided to play this game. Hopefully it doesn't look that bad. So obviously it won't look super good, but since this is a stationary game where, well, aside from the background, nothing really moves, I feel like it should be fine. But yeah, let me know. Well, let me know. Even if you let me know, it's not like I can do anything about it. Yeah, don't worry about it. I would like to check later if the connection gets better, but yeah, very nice jump scare, I gotta say. Like, it's something that I will have to do yet again is to test the connection before I stream. That's something that I remember I used to do a very long time ago. Like, I used to test the like in your stream key, you add at the end bandwidth test to test the stream connection instead of actually streaming. And I used to do that before every single stream. I stopped doing that, obviously, since it's been working fine all this time, but it seems that we are back at the usual. Well, the usual. It's not supposed to be usual. But yeah, the issue with that is that if internet doesn't work well, I cannot stream Dark Souls 2. I mean, that game already doesn't look super good with like the full setting streams that I can do in my current setup. So streaming that with low bitrate seems like well, I was gonna say it seems like a bad idea, but not even that. It's just not doable. Like you cannot, you just cannot do that. But yeah, it is what it is. Almost. Seems we are back at poverty streams. Not like we ever left, but yeah. God damn it. Well, hopefully it's something that only happens one day. Just that it's a little bit upsetting because we are in the middle of winter. A very cold winter, mind you. And being a very cold winter and everything, there aren't that many tourists. Usually the bandwidth issue happens with tourists. But without tourists, the fact that it's happening, it's a bad signal. Can I get re-invited to your Discord? Sure. Just send me a PM on Twitch, or well, on Discord if you have me, but it's probably easier on Twitch, and I'll invite, yeah. We said going Wasabi. I mean, I don't mind. It's not a problem. I mean, as long as you don't do it every week, it's okay. Not for any other reason than it will be a pain in the ass more than anything else. But yeah, no problem. Damn it. Okay, I'll send the link after I'm done with the stream. With judging by the connection, I don't know if it's gonna be soon or not. Though so far the connection with this bitrate is working fine. Oh, there it is, okay. Yeah. So I gotta tell you that nothing has changed since the last time. You know? Just wanted to let you know that there's nothing really much different than, well, last time you were there. So I don't know if you are gonna be interested. I mean, you know how I am. Everything surrounding me tends to stay the same. I have very little innovations, and so does my Discord, or my stream, or anything. And to be very, you know, don't know what word I would like to use, but yeah. Do you still talk about Genshin a lot? I mean, we had a Genshin thread. Threads in Discord are something that you only get notifications if you talk in the thread. But considering that I'm gonna uninstall Genshin next week, I'm not gonna have a thread anymore. I'm gonna close it, since no one there, well, aside from Yannick is the only one that plays Genshin, so if he talks about Genshin, it will be on the main channel, but I know I won't, because I won't be playing it. But yeah, I mean, it's not like we talk about anything interesting anyways. Like, instead of Genshin, most of the posts are about Arknights. I don't play Arknights, but we have at least 3 people in the server that do. So, you know. But it's not like they are very frequent, but they aren't very frequent because there's nothing frequent. Something that you gotta understand about the Discord server, it's not very active because because I'm not active in there. Well, not active in the sense that I don't usually talk about anything. You can say that I'm reactive instead of proactive. Though even then it depends on what you're talking about. I tend to not really answer to anything that isn't directly target to me, right? So just want to have your Discord account handy in case there is anything I want to talk with you about. The Portal 2 co-op stream. Well, I don't know about that. I mean, after all, I still don't know if Yami will be willing to do it. But yeah, Yami's, I don't know, he's very busy. So, I don't know. I also don't know when's the next time that I'm gonna do a co-op stream. And now with this new variable that apparently my internet is not working well, that I just discovered when I started this stream, I don't know, because that changes a lot of things. If my internet is gonna behave like this is pretty much the only game I can play. Well, this or any static I wanna be the guy, static screen I mean, I wanna be the guy fan game. Because with low bitrate I cannot play Danmaku, I cannot play something like Dark Souls, I cannot play a first person shooter or anything that involves quick camera movements, I cannot play Project Diva. What else I cannot play? Well, I cannot play racing games. Basically, I'm limited to I wanna be the guy fan games or platforming games in general, assuming there is not much shit going through the screen. But yeah, it might just be something for today, I don't know. It's the first time that it happens in a very long time. I will even say the first time that it happens in what, 2 years? So that's interesting to say the least. But yeah, what can I do? I mean, as I said earlier, even something like this might not look good with this bitrate, simply because when you have something moving like these snowflakes in the background, not even background, in the foreground, when you have something like that, it usually asks for bitrate. And even though my bitrate is not extremely low right now, it's low enough that it could be a problem. Even more when I eventually upload it to YouTube. It's just one of those things that wasn't really thinking it would happen. Took me by surprise. Yeah, but it's okay. Life is full of surprises, isn't it? It's hard, but the best thing you can do is just take it the best way you can. So in this case, it's like, alright, well that just means I'll play more I wanna be the guy. I wasn't planning on doing that, but hey, not something I will generally dislike. But yeah, might as well. I don't know how to do that last jump. It might be just a single short jump, but I don't know. But I think it is, because double jumping there, not only I don't know if it's possible, but I don't even know if it will be better than just a single jump. I feel like the choice of making that the last jump is a bad choice. But it's whatever. I also could check at any time if by increasing the bitrate I can actually stream properly. I mean, I could do it right now. After all, considering the progress I'm getting. I mean, the lack of progress. Okay, it was actually a single jump. It's hard to tell it's a single jump, but it was. And then the problem is that this last checkpoint, as I said on the previous stream, is very hard. There aren't that many jumps, but all of these jumps are extremely hard in their own ways. You already start with this one, where I don't know if you have to be pixel perfect, but you gotta be close to pixel perfect to get past those two reverse spikes. You have... well, that fall doesn't look that hard, which is ironic to say considering I just died to it. Then you have a gate jump essentially, and the last one is just choke potential, but I don't know. This isn't looking very good right now. This ain't looking good. It gives me flashbacks to screen, well, floor, I guess, floor 20. I think it was floor 20. But yeah, I don't want those flashbacks if it's possible. Well, look, once I complete this floor, I want to check if increasing the bitrate works. And if it doesn't work, well, fuck me, I guess. Not like I can do much about it. I don't know, cry me a river. I also don't think there's anything important happening right now either. Sometimes when the internet doesn't work well is that there is, I don't know, a football match or something happening and the bandwidth is clogged, but that wouldn't be the case right now. So yeah, a little bit weird. Hopefully everything is fine. Hopefully. The fact that I can actually stream without any interruptions, assuming the bitrate is low enough, it means that it's not a serious issue. It's just that maybe there was a node at some point of the network that got fucked or something. Problem is that tomorrow is a holiday, and it being a holiday is a bad signal, because it means that if there is something to fix, they probably won't fix it. So yeah, that's a shame. But it's okay. Let's just assume the best case scenario. that this is a temporal thing that will get solved by tomorrow. Or even better, might be solving within the next hour. Nice. Alright, so since we change the zone, let me see if I can increase the bitrate again, or if it's gonna keep shitting the bed. Let's just check it out. I mean, have nothing to lose anyways. No, it seems that it's not stable yet. Damn it. Alright, in that case, let's go back down. Yeah, I know. Let's go back down. It's okay. We can go back down very quickly. It's crazy because it seems that I need to put the bitrate in a very in 2500. 2500 is a very low bitrate, all things considered. And the fact that it's the only one that works, or the highest one that works, it's a little bit annoying. I didn't check if the sound is fine. I guess the sound could be a little more quiet, just a little bit. Okay. Let's try that again. Well, that again, I didn't even try this in the first place. Oh, yeah. Assuming that jumping straight here is not possible, right? Oh, it's because it's slightly higher. I thought it wasn't. Now, it seems that this might be more condensed levels, so a little bit scared about that. Condensed levels like this will have the potential of being a lot harder. Here you're supposed to keep your champ. Because you're supposed to go very high. Just remember that this is not refreshing water, which essentially means that if you want to keep your champ, you need to keep your champ from when you enter the water. That's such an annoying thing to happen. I mean the internet issue. Well, last time I had issues with the internet here, I think that they always solve it very quickly, so it might happen here as well. I don't know. I hope. I also saw that there were some people that I think that moved here. So if they move here, it will be that the bandwidth they are using is fucking up the ISP. I don't know. Especially in a screen like this that there's nothing going on. This one is just perfect for low bitrate. The only time where it might be an issue is when I die. All those particles exploding might look not very good. But aside from that, since it's pretty much almost the same as a still image, it's not a problem. So I don't know how to do this, unfortunately. Because it feels like I just don't have the right angle for this. But I do need to keep my champ. I don't know, I just don't see it possible though. I don't know what might be needed, but at a single glance it simply does not look possible. And the issue with this is basically the fact that it's binds. So if there's some hidden bind shit that you might need here, I wouldn't know it. I will assume it's nothing crazy, it's just properly timing this, but then it really does not look possible by any means. You just fall way too fast here. Is there something I'm missing? I don't think there's anything I'm missing here though. I don't know. And obviously without using the bind... Wait, hold up. Feels like sometimes you get a higher champ. That's just because you accidentally interact with the bind, I think. If you were to do some... Well, that's another thing. I'm supposed to keep the double champ, so you're not supposed to do this. But even if I did that, that still is not enough to get to the other side. That's what I want to probably try first. If I can at least get to the other side somehow without the bind, and then worry about the bind, because if I start worrying about the bind when I cannot do shit, unless... I think it might be possible to jump off the bind to the right and hit the wall instead of the spikes. You have to be very... Well, no, you can just do it neutrally. But that... I guess that's what you're intended to do, but... I still don't see the angle. I just don't see it. I don't see it. That's it. I don't see the right angle to cross the water. Seems crazy. But there's nothing else I can do. If I double jump in the middle of that, it's over, right? I mean, it's also possible that you could jump off the water, but no, you also don't have the angle there. You want to double jump here when you're already well out of the water, and then what's even more fucked up is that after that you have to ace this jump. Then you have this jump to me already looks impossible enough, and there are 2 more jumps afterwards. I don't know how to do this. I actually don't know how to do it. Well, I really have no clue. think I'm kinda seeing the angle it wants me to do, but that doesn't make it any easier. Yeah, something like that, but I still cannot make it. What the hell? Would be pretty sad if I get filter less than halfway through, I gotta say. Would be quite sad. But it might just be the case. Actually, well, that's something that I'm not sure if it's the way it works. If you jump inside of the water, no, it counts as double jumping. Even if it's inside of the water, it counts as if it's like outside of it, in the sense that once you get out, you cannot double jump again. So my plan of like double jumping here and then here again, you cannot do that. You need to, as expected, dive all the way through this without jumping, but I just don't know. I don't see it being possible. I just don't see it. Because it's not even close. If it was like one pixel off, I would be like, yeah, okay. Just a couple more attempts, but it seems so far that it's making me think that I'm doing it wrong altogether. It really feels very far off the mark. I don't get it. Just seems super messed up no matter how I look at it. I also don't know if I might need a specific align. It will be, I guess. It will be a specific align. But if I already cannot tell what align is the right one, depending on the... Depending on easy to recognize champs, much less in something like this. Damn it, dude. Like, right there it kinda looks close, but assuming I'm left here, is the double jump high enough to even reach the vine? I don't know. I legitimately don't know. I will say that I need help, but I just think I somehow need to set this up in a very precise way, and that's it. It's nothing more than that. Just need to set it up well. Well, that's fine. So be it. I also know if the setup involves hitting the walls or the ceiling or anything like that. Maybe not. I don't know. Have no clue. What could it be? This is one of those cases where having Echo Mask here will be very useful, because Echo Mask is very good at Needle. So he will know what to do here. I think it all boils down to get good, basically. But jeez. How it can be... How can it be so far? I mean, I guess at some point, when you are good enough at Needle, you might see something like this and not really think anything out of the ordinary, but for someone like me, this feels like such an insane difficulty spike. Like, such an insane filter, even. Because it's nothing like what I mean, there were some hard checkpoints on the previous floors, but this one just looks straight up impossible. So, I don't know. But maybe it is meant to be like this. Maybe it's a level that is actually meant to welcome you into the actual harder part of the game. Though I'm seeing things like the next checkpoint. The next checkpoint doesn't look... Well, I don't know if it doesn't look that hard, actually. It has some messed up jumps. Actually, no, scratch that. That does look very hard. But maybe that's the case. Maybe that from this floor onwards, all of the levels are gonna be insanely hard. Everything else was just the warm-up. I will believe that. I don't see why it couldn't be the case. I mean, at least it happened in a zone change. It didn't happen out of the blue. I think I jump in the water there. So even if I had somehow aimed better at the vine, it wouldn't have been enough. It's to jump outside of the water. Okay, I was able to make it through the water once. So at least it's possible, obviously, to get out of the water without jumping. But even then, I feel like I just don't have the angle to double jump into the second vine. It just looks very, very hard. And I don't even know what setup I use. Didn't look much different than anything I've been doing, so I have my doubts. Okay, that's how you do it. Well, I was at least able to hit the vine. After you hit the vine, you're also supposed to make the next jump properly. And the next jump, mind you, has to happen on a single jump. Once you get into this vine, since you already consume your double jump to get to the vine, you can only use one. So to only use one jump, you need to not hit your head with the ceiling. So it's a very precise jump, but also has to be... I mean, it's just very precise. It's not just a matter of not hitting the ceiling, but getting enough distance to somehow land here. And then this other one is just a regular double jump, but after 3 hard jumps in a row, it's just basically choking potential right there. It's just put there to make you choke, essentially. I guess it is what it is. Almost. Wouldn't be surprised if I cannot beat a single zone today. Though, theoretically I already beat a zone, which is the previous one. Because I don't think I should count that, considering I beat it after being in the middle of the last floor. I don't think this stream takes the credit for that, when most of the work was done on the previous stream. So now that I think about it, I was talking about alliance here. But if you're jumping in the vine, don't you just get the same align every time? I mean, after all, when you're in a vine, you are going against the wall, so... Unless you hit like this wall to the right before going up, it's kinda impossible to have any other align than the one that the vine gives you, right? Well, if that's how vine aligns work. The vines are some very weird shit, so the fact that I don't know. Now going back to the internet thing, I gotta say I'm a little bit surprised, considering that today internet didn't work badly at all. Not like I use it intensively, but not a single time internet has worked badly today. It's usually when something like this happens, you have signs of it. So another thing that could be happening is that it's a Twitch issue. But I guess if it's a Twitch issue, more people will be having problems. And, well, maybe there are more people having problems, but I don't know. May also be exclusively a regional issue, and that's it. Also, another thing that doesn't help is that today I'm a little bit sleepy, considering that it's Monday and everything. At least the good thing is that tomorrow is a holiday, which means that I can just sleep until the time I feel like sleeping, but then... I will say that being sleepy, I don't think it really matters too much in terms of the performance in fun games. There are just some things that are mostly muscle memory. And for muscle memory, being sleepy or not, I don't think that matters too much. Not like I really need to think too hard. Obviously there is an execution requirement that might require you to be more or less awake, but I don't think any of these champs are... like, they don't really require you to do anything out of the ordinary with your fingers. It's just that if you don't exactly know how to do them, you're gonna take multiple tries simply because you don't know what to focus on to make the champ easier. A lot of people usually, when they see a champ that they already seen before, they tend to just already know where to look at. Well, I mean, it's what happened with me when I see a gate champ or something. I more or less where in the screen I need to look, even though I cannot do them consistently, but at least it kinda makes it easier by thinking of a specific spot. But yeah, a champ like this, I don't know where to look at to make it easier. What part of the vine or what part of the water I might be needing to look at to just make this easier. It's pretty clear that there is a specific vine height that will probably be the optimal to make the champ, and there is also a spot in the water that is the one you want to aim for in order to start moving to the right. Well, start moving to the right, and also the spot that you want to aim for the vine champ. But I don't know any of that, so basically trying shit until something works. Something will eventually work, that's for sure. Okay, so at least I was able to get to the second vine champ. But as I say, that second vine champ is not easy simply because it's not a full champ, since a full champ will hit your head like what happened in that attempt. So as soon as you champ off the vine, you need to immediately lift your finger. You need to lift your finger. There's nothing else you can do about it. Ah, damn it. And that attempt was so good too. That attempt was really, really good. It's kind of like you have to approach these spikes from super close. And it's possible to do, it just seems impossibly hard to do it consistently. Most of the times that I try that, I simply get killed by the spikes, obviously. Not like there's anything else here that can kill you. The reason why it's a needle fun game, obviously. The hard challenge is gonna be making the second Vine Champ short enough to somehow not hit the ceiling. And not hit the ceiling and then having enough distance to land on the other side and not get killed by the bottom spikes, obviously. Damn it. This also is reminding me when I tried hard at Suma Deluxe a couple of days ago. It was the first time in a long time that I just try harder without saying anything. I'm kinda doing something similar here, it's just that... yeah, it's less about the tryharding and more than I don't have anything interesting to say. I mean, if I could progress to another checkpoint, I probably would have something else to say about that other checkpoint, but after being stuck in the same checkpoint, not like I have much to say, really. That's what happens with tryharding. At some point, if you try hard the same thing over and over again, you don't really have that much stuff to say. Well, I mean, you can talk about random shit, I guess. I don't know what to talk about. I don't know. All I can tell you is that right here, apparently this week is gonna be one of the coldest ones in the place I live. Like historically one of the coldest ones. It's an interesting phenomenon because even though we're in the middle of winter, apparently in Australia it's not very cold right now. it's not something exclusive to... it's not something that is happening in the whole southern hemisphere. It seems that it's something that is exclusive of where I live. So that's interesting. Then again, very cold here is basically 0 degrees Celsius, which for a lot of countries that's nothing. But yeah, here we are usually not used to negative temperatures. That doesn't tend to be the case. But yeah, I mean, it's manageable as long as you have a heater, which we do. It's not that big of a deal. It's still very interesting. Hey, I mean, right now I'm okay. You know, the temperature is the one I'm used to inside this apartment. Obviously, a little bit colder than usual, but nothing that cannot be, that is not manageable, right? Damn it. Keep hitting the ceiling. I feel that without hitting the ceiling I wouldn't be able to make that jump anyway, so I kinda have my doubts. It feels so random. I mean, it's just like anything related to bind jumps. I think that this might be the first bind jump by this author that actually requires almost pixel perfect precision. Like, almost every other bind jump was like whatever. Some of them were a little bit challenging, but you had a lot of leeway to do them. This one just seems, yeah, as I say, pixel perfect. Or close to it. So, yeah. You know, pretty cool. Pretty nice. I wonder if this jump, or well, rather, this checkpoint is gonna take me the whole stream. I overjumped that really. Didn't even know it was possible to overshamp that. Well, I guess it is. Nice. Very cool. Keep in mind that so far I haven't gotten to the last champ of this checkpoint, so... yeah, that's also... not very good. Yeah, still not quite there. I wonder if I can do that last champ on the first try. Because it's a double champ, but it's obviously a double champ that you need to be cautious. The real question is, or well, the real issue is the very last champ. You cannot go too high, but at the same time there is quite a distance between where you double champ and where the checkpoint is, so that could be its own problem. Or rather, that will be its own problem. In the meantime, I could check if the connection decided to fix itself or if it's still shitting the bell. Just out of curiosity. No, it's still shitting the bell. Well, it is what it is. Damn it, dude. Why? I mean, I didn't frame drop there, but that's because I lower it in time. Damn, that's crazy, bro. I cannot believe it, personally. Because at this point, it kinda just looks like throttling. Because if it wasn't anything... like, if it was that the connection goes to 0 randomly and then goes back up, I will understand that it will be just stability issues, but this just looks like good old throttling to me. Pretty much. Just looks like some pretty nice good old throttling. It will be fucked up that my ISP will throttle me. With what at this point in time is supposed to be very low speeds, right? I don't think I will be downloading anything, right? Like, there's a download in the background or something. That will be funny too, but no. No, it's just OBS, the only thing using network, apparently. But yeah, pretty cool. I just hope that it's fixed by tomorrow and that's it. Is that those type of things also occupy some time in your head? Well, some space in your head. It's hard to focus on what I'm currently doing when I see that there is a problem that I will have to deal with later. Not like there is much I can do now, it's just that I could, do tests, right? I check if a speed test is giving me good results. Oh, hold up. Oh, nice. Very nice way of failing that champ, I gotta say. I mean, there you want to be as close to the spike as possible. You want to close the most distance you can. Just that I went too far. But it feels like that second champ on that was like the double champ in that last champ is super hard to do. But since I haven't done it yet, I cannot be very sure of it. Too short, really? Well, that's also another thing that using an NVIDIA video card will have as an advantage over an AMD one, that on low bitrates it performs way better. And obviously by default the maximum bitrate allowed by Twitch is low. But if you go lower, yeah, that's probably where NVIDIA will do a lot better. You go lower than something that is already low, you know? I do wonder though, what happens if I do a speed test now? Because for what I understand, a speed test doesn't really use the bandwidth that you are already using, you know? Like generally... Oh shit, hold up. I think that they might have closed the regular, or maybe it was speedtest.net, wasn't it? I don't think it was .com like I just tried. Speedtest.net. Yeah, it was .net, my bad. Alright, so let's see how that goes. Let's see if it also drops frames. We'll be curious. Yeah, let's see. Well, the download as expected is working perfectly, to nobody's surprise. Yeah, the question is the upload. And I know that speed tests are usually not very accurate, but multiple times the speed tests were able to tell me that the upload was working. But well, in fact right now I'm seeing the upload and it's very shit in comparison to how it should be. So it might be an ISP issue. Well, then again, the odds of it being a Twitch issue are usually low. If Twitch has an issue, a lot of people will notice, usually. It's insane how... Nice, Tim finally got this stupid ass checkpoint. I can't believe it. I only needed to check my speed. But yeah, that's still a problem, because if it's not a Twitch issue, it's something that I will have to deal with myself. And that's something I will prefer not doing. But I don't think I can do much. But you can do the classic disconnecting and reconnecting the router. Surely that will work. I mean, most of the time that doesn't work, because obviously the issue doesn't tend to be with your installation, rather with the whole network outside of that. Damn it. Wow, that checkpoint was a lot faster. Holy shit. This one, you start with a gate jump, and then you have two jumps that are pretty much gate jumps. Well, I got it. Yeah, that's a little bit weird, bro. I have a feeling that your whatever tester tested this. I mean, I don't want to, you know, to downplay his work, but I have a feeling that that first checkpoint on the previous floor wasn't very well tested. Then again, it's Vines. A lot of people are used to buying some nodes, so I think it's just basically that I just don't have too much Vine practice. And the problem is that here, well, first of all, this floor is a whole checkpoint. There is no save in the middle of it. And if that wasn't enough, it opens up with vines and it finishes with vines. Well, it doesn't technically finish with them, but I think that this is just the good old Vine problem, you know? Vines being a shit mechanic and all of that. So yeah. That's a shame. Because this checkpoint does not look easy at all. And the fact that it's only one in the whole screen, man, it's like you might be going a little bit overboard. I mean, I'm trying to see the other jumps to see if there's anything out of the ordinary. But yeah, I guess that's kind of the issue. Technically, there's nothing out of the ordinary. But these vine jumps, yeah, those are the problem. Not sure how to do this first jump either, though. Does the game want me to vine jump on a single jump and then double jump here? Or do you prefer that I double jump here? Well, it's all a matter of how doable it is to go to the left after that last horizontal spike, and that's something that I don't know. I also know I can just jump. I think it's possible to do a single jump there, I guess. I don't know. Well, I'm gonna try to double jump before that to see if it's possible. So even a double jump doesn't look particularly easy to do. But yeah, I don't think that zigzag to the left is possible without a double jump. That's my issue. Okay, it is possible. I just don't think that it's the most optimal way to do it. Alright. Then you have that, then double jumping into a bind that goes into that platform that you need to use to double jump. And then, well, the rest, see, like, the thing is that the rest doesn't look that rough in itself. But it's just that even if it doesn't look rough on its own, it feels like it feels like it's still rough. Simply because you have to do it all in one go, basically. But yeah, that doesn't look like the optimal way to do it. It's like it wants me to do the third bind jump in one go instead of using a double jump to get through it. But so far I couldn't do it in one go, so I have my doubts. Like, maybe if you do it at the very tip of it. And by the very tip, I mean the very top. The tip of the top, basically. No, I don't think that's possible. And even if it's possible, it doesn't look easier than just doing a double jump before that. I think that, much as I'm not a fan of that zigzag later, it seems like it's for the best to do it that way. Well, in that case, might as well start getting used to that zigzag. I need to do that jump higher, but this spike here is kinda telling me to not do that. A little bit hard to think of what to do there. If you do a full jump, that's gonna happen to nobody's surprise. But yeah, Seems like a very tight champ. And interestingly enough, that's something that I cannot blame the binds on, because that's not a bind champ. Well, in fact, the bind champs here, these 3 bind champs, are not an issue in itself. Because they don't require you to be precise. I think you probably can hold left there. I have a feeling that you will still hit the... Now, if you hold left, you are hitting the spike, though I guess I need to press left sooner, because you die to that mini spike otherwise, so... Oh, so that's a trap? Because I'm pretty sure that's deliberate. So you're supposed to champ like short enough in the bind to still use this platform as a double champ, but to not go high enough where you can get stuck. I knew that something was fishy with that platform, because it looked very low. Usually those platforms are either next to the ceiling or they leave way less room than that. So it's because it was a trap. That's pretty interesting. But I guess it's a creative way to put a trap in a full needle game. Because, I mean, it's not a trap by itself. I mean, if you know how needle mechanics work, you probably will know that you will get stuck there. I didn't, but yeah. It's the closest to a trap that you will have in a game like this. As obviously I want to assume that a game like this is not gonna have trigger traps, right? Well, none of the previous game by this creator had any of that, so I don't have any reason to think this one will. Especially considering that it follows the same names as the previous ones. But it's gonna be hard because, if I'm not mistaken, you are supposed to use this platform as a double champ, but you have to use it very close to the edge, because obviously from here you already use your double champ, so you cannot just simply champ all the way over this spike. So instead of that, what you need to do is double champ here, or I think at least it's not possible, right? Well, we can measure that. How many blocks are these? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? So if that champ was possible, I will have to be able to champ from this bind next to this spike. Let's see if that's possible. Most likely not, but no. Obviously it's possible if you double champ, but I don't have a double champ there. So yeah, you are supposed to use the platform, but you're supposed to use it in a way that you don't get stuck, so good luck with that. I wish you good luck with that. Because part of the issue with that, aside from needing to be precise in the way you aim at the platform, is that you're coming from a bind. So being precise off a vine, yeah, I'm not so sure about that. Okay, that's what you're supposed to do. Obviously not hit the spike on the left, but that jump that I did right there is exactly what you need to do, and after that jump you can even double jump. So getting past that, well, that nerf gate and that nerf diagonal should be easy. And then what comes afterwards, well, the jump refresher is chokeable, but the real issue is bouncing on that water between these two spikes and then landing on the portal. I think that will be the hardest to do. Or maybe not, maybe what's hardest is like the first jump actually after the platform. It could be. It's possible. This is a typical floor that the lack of checkpoints will make it very, very long. It's the opposite type of difficulty as the previous floor. The previous floor had a lot of checkpoints with very hard jumps. Well, mostly the first jumps with the vines. Vines, right? But yeah, this one, yeah. Nice screen. Wait, what's wrong with the screen? Hey, how is it going, Yannick? Or is it just that it looks hard? Or is there something wrong in the screen? I mean, according to OBS, it seems to be fine. Well, aside from the low bitrate, that is. Unfortunately, it just looks nice. Okay. Unfortunately, I'm having internet issues for the first time in 2 years. So what you're seeing right now is in very low bitrate. It's just that it doesn't, or might not look like it, simply because it's a static screen with nothing moving really. But yeah, I'm using a very low bitrate right now, which is an issue, because it works for a game like this, but it won't work for something like Dark Souls. And I really was looking forward to keep playing Dark Souls, but if I'm gonna have these issues, then no. Nice. Nice. Damn. Can't believe that the arrival of Yannick gave me good luck. Good shit, bro. I first tried everything after the second bind champ. Well, technically fourth bind, but you get the point. Good shit. See? It just had to complement the screen, I know. So my problem with these screens is that they really look so dull. Like the background and the color doesn't help. And the fact that all of this seem like they are gonna have bind champs also doesn't help. And also that it's more condensed than the previous level, so yeah, it is the way it is. Is there anything happening over there or something that might be causing my connection to work badly? If something happens, it will probably be in my country and not there, since after all, for a long time I'm using the Argentina servers and not the Brazilian ones, but you never know, it could be a big problem. Sometimes these kind of things happen, like, I don't know, a continental internet cable got fucked or something, I don't know. And the whole traffic gets fucked as a consequence, but I don't know. I could also check the Twitch Inches server status, though I don't think I will get anything from that, because I still think it's not a problem with it's not a specific problem that I have with Twitch. Like, judging by the speed tested, it just wasn't working well. So, you know, it seems that everything is normal here. Oh, that's a shame. Seems that it's a me problem. Those are the worst. I mean, obviously, it's not like I wish that my misfortune happens to others, but at least when the problem is shared, the solution comes quicker. When the problem is individual, aside from the solution depending on you alerting whoever you need to alert, it also comes a lot slower, because it's like, well, if one moron cannot use Twitch properly to upload, who gives a shit, right? Because if it was the download speed that's the issue, it will be understandable. But the issue is the upload speed. And upload speed is something that almost no one gives a shit about. But yeah, when you are a streamer, upload speed is kinda important, you know? It's supposed to be. It's kinda an important thing. But yeah. I guess I could try again in like the 2-hour mark to increase the bitrate again and see if it goes well. I doubt it, but I just wanna try. Now this champ looks ultra fucked. It's two very short champs, but reaching this vine after a short champ, I don't know about that. That looks scary. And it's crazy how easy it is to fall into focus mode with this game, dude. I just very passively I should switch into full focus. Which is understandable considering the fucked up shit you need to do. But damn. Like, you probably have to double jump fully here and you will reach the vine, but man, really looks like a problem. I feel like once you get into, well actually hold up, once you get into the water, you're supposed to jump from here and somehow make it here, because you don't have a double jump at that point, obviously, since you already used it here. Wait, actually you could probably land here, so I'm pretty sure that's not intended. I mean, after all, if you land there, you could very easily just jump into this, ignoring the water. So no, I'm pretty sure you're supposed to jump from here into the checkpoint. In which case, that looks super hard to do. Because it's very far and it's a single jump. Was playing Half-Life Alyx so I can beat it and install for space and play the new Hoyo game? Wait, why don't you uninstall Genshin at that point? Doesn't seem like a good idea to play two Hoyo games at the same time. Especially if you're gonna be playing Arknights as well. It seems like a bad idea all around, you know? I mean, swapping one Hoyoverse game for another? I don't know about that. Arknights is just a pull and dump. Yeah. Well, I don't know what to tell you. In my case, I'm just not gonna... I'm not gonna bother with that game. Or with any game, really. With any gacha game. I think I'm kinda done with daily shit in general. Just not my thing. Especially when right now my daily thing is working on my fan game, you know? And that's my daily quest. But yeah. I don't know. I also... Sometimes the hesitation in my fan game also comes very quickly. Like, a lot of times I look at my fan game and I'm like... I feel like this is gonna be very frustrating for whoever plays it. And at that point, I think back at games like this one. And games like this one, I mean, it's an idle game, obviously, but... I don't know if I would want my game to be something like this. Problem is that it's heading to be something like this. So, yeah. No mercy for groundhogs. Yeah, I mean, obviously there will be people that are very good at fun games that probably won't even find it hard in the first place, or frustrating for that matter. Echo Mask probably being the perfect example. That guy is most likely, if he plays the game, he's gonna beat it in one day, I'm pretty sure. But yeah, the issue is everyone else, you know. It's less about the difficulty and more that I don't think I'm giving the player the motivation to keep going. That's my issue. Which is something that I feel like this type of needle games have. Including this one. It's just that I'm playing it because, I don't know, I feel like it. I feel like my fun game is gonna have that same issue, and I didn't want it to have that issue. But yet, it seems that it is. It will be like that, so it will only be something that needle enjoyers will probably like, and even then it's debatable, because I don't think it brings anything new to the table. But yeah, a lot of times hesitations like that show up. Hesitations in the sense, not if I will finish the game or not, because I will. I mean, my fun game. No, I'm not talking about this one. I'm talking about my fun game. I will finish that. Like, I will fully do it. Nice. There's no doubt about it. Even if it takes 2 more years, even though it obviously shouldn't. But I will finish it. One way or another. Even if it's an anticlimactic finish, like let's say that I get super tired of the game and I'm like, okay, I don't want to do anymore. Well, it's okay. The current last screen will be the last screen and that's it. But I will finish it. I have no doubt about that. But yeah, even if I finish it, the hesitation is about more like, is this really gonna be worth it? That's the hesitation. But I think it's gonna be worth it in principle. Regardless of how shit it is, it will be the proof of how I will be as a game developer. So even if it's shit or not, or mediocre, like it could also be, because that's the thing. A lot of very shit games are memorable simply because of how shit they are. I think what's worse is that it's gonna end up as forgettable, mediocre garbage. That is most likely what it's heading to. Because I really don't think it's terrible. I have my doubts that my fun game will be worse than many fun games that are going around there. Especially older fun games. But yeah, it's probably just gonna be in that middle ground that it's like, yeah, this fun game exists, right? That sort of thing. So I don't know, it's a lot of doubts, you know, that show up. But we will see. Because obviously, after I'm done making my fun game, that free time dedicated to it will be completely, well, free. And I feel like if it ends up being something very mediocre or whatever, I will have to think of something else to occupy that time with. Because I mean, if I'm satisfied with the result, because it doesn't matter what I mean, it does matter what other people think of it, but it's mostly about how I perceive it. If by the time I'm done with it, I'm like, man, this is, you know, so, you know, whatever, I don't think I will be interested in making another one. And if that's the case, I will need to think of something else. And I don't want that something else to be playing another gacha game. That's the issue. I don't want that to be the thing that occupies my time again. But if it's not that, well, I could always just go nuts with Ragnarok Online. And that's it. Just fully farm Ragnarok Online and become invincible. Surely that's a good idea. But yeah. As any other thing? No, gacha no. Gacha is a bad idea. But if it's not gacha, it's basically... Because here's the thing. If I play something, I will normally want to play it on stream. So like, if I think to myself, well, I could replay the Devil May Cry games that I already played and play the ones I did, and like, no, that's something I would want to do on stream, not off stream. So things like that will be out of the question unless at the point I finish the game I'm already not streaming, which is also a non-zero possibility. But, well, assuming that's the case, it will be worse because I will have way more free time to occupy. So yeah, that wouldn't be an option. But I'm thinking that maybe I could dedicate to practicing fighting games. I mean, after all, fighting games are the kind of games that if you want to be good at them, you have to be constantly playing them every day. So that's something I could do. Yes, that's also something I don't want to do on stream. But it doesn't seem like something I would want to aspire to. And then obviously the other option will be an MMO like Ragnarok. But that's the thing, if it's not Ragnarok, I don't see any reason to play an MMO. The whole point about an MMO, well, at least to me, is that you play it with friends. And Ragnarok is the kind of game that I'm only interested because my friends are playing it. If that wasn't the case, I wouldn't give a shit. Or rather, I will care for what I played, but I wouldn't farm it. And then obviously... the other option will be to do something productive, like studying something, doing a course of something, right? Many possibilities there. But yeah, the problem with doing something productive is that I already have a job. So doing something productive is what I do every day on my job. And obviously you can be even more productive. You can just be you can be your whole day productive theoretically, but I don't think my brain could handle that. Like at some point the brain has to take a break. And being productive doesn't necessarily mean being stressed out. But usually productivity has a limit, regardless of what you are doing or not doing. So that's the problem. But yeah, those are all the doubts that are surrounding my mind right now. So it's obviously something that will be the worry of the Gabby of the future. not the Gabby of right now. Though the Gabby of right now has to focus on something else that wasn't expecting to focus on today, which is my internet not working well. So that's a problem. Because that's something that is very discouraging. Like, streaming with non-stable internet is something I don't wanna do. Oh, that was... Man, I can't believe I failed that sham. Out of all the shams, that's the one I failed. Fuck, dude. Then again, it's not like this checkpoint is that hard. The hardest sham about this checkpoint is this one. The one from this platform to this is the hardest one. Everything else is more or less okay, but... Then I can't believe I failed the last one, that is not even that hard. Anyways, I was about to say that I'd rather not stream than constantly paying attention to my connection to see if it works well or not. Because you cannot, well, you probably can imagine it since you also, at least you, Yannick, you did stream and you also sometimes stream. But yeah, having to constantly pay attention if the connection is working well or not, instead of not even being a factor, is something that stresses you out so much. It's so stressful. Like, not being able to fully pay attention to whatever you're playing or doing, simply because you have to pay attention to, wait, I'm dropping frames, right? Like that sort of stuff. I don't want to deal with that. So, I mean, for the time being, if the internet keeps working like this, which is not unstable but low bitrate, I can stream shit like this. Like, that's the quote-unquote solution, and that's fine. It could be worse, but man, I really was looking forward to continue playing Dark Souls 2, dude. I love that game so much. It's okay, it happens. You forget to check. Well, it happens, I guess. But yeah, in my case, I do need to check. And OBS makes it very clear to you when you're dropping frames, showing that big ass square, that very big square in red, and then on the left side it says frames drop, and the number keeps going up and up. Man, that's so stressful. I cannot emphasize on how stressful that is. It's very stressful. Because, I mean, if you were doing nothing but talking to the camera, I mean, for starters, you don't need high bitrate. But even if you need, you could just be like, wait, hold up, chat, let me change the settings real quick. You know, yesterday I ate an apple, right? Like, you could do something like that. But when you're playing a game, especially a game like Dark Souls 2, you want to focus on the game and nothing else. You can obviously, you know, check the chat from time to time, but you want to pay attention to the game. So having something like that happening while you're playing is terrible. Absolutely terrible. Repulsing even. I'm not even sure if the bandwidth test thing still works on Twitch. I feel like last time I tried it, it just started the stream right away, which is pretty funny. Okay, maybe that last champ is not that easy, because if I fail it again but in a different spot this time, I gotta assume that It's more precise than I initially gave it credit for. So yeah, maybe it wasn't just me fucking up. Maybe that last champ actually is kinda challenging. That being said, this checkpoint is not that hard regardless, but... Ah, damn it. But yeah. On about 4 minutes, well 3 minutes I could say, I'm gonna try raising the bitrate again and see how that goes. Probably not gonna do anything, probably still gonna frame drop, but... Better... I can check, you know, not a problem to check. As I was also saying earlier, it's such a coincidence that I decided to use this day specifically for this game. One of the only games I could play that doesn't require high bitrate. So in that regard, I got lucky. In that regard, I got very lucky. But yeah. Nice, okay. I thought I was gonna hit the lower spike again, but no. Did not happen. Oh, this is an interesting champ. See this hourglass looking champ? Like this thing here? I actually have something like this in my fun game. And that's one of the screens that I think to myself how cancer they are and how a lot of people are gonna be rightfully pissed at them, because doing that shit is not easy. And the problem is that there are multiple of those champs in a row inside of a checkpoint, in my fun game I mean. So that's an issue. I might need to nerf it later. I mean, my plan is once I'm completely done with the fun game, I will completely play it from scratch with like the compiled executable and see the whole thing and see how it holds up in terms of balance, and well, if I somehow also find a bug, though I doubt it. But yeah, we'll want to do that as a final test. Well, or not necessarily final, because if I find that one of the checkpoints is super unbalanced, I will have to change it. Either nerfing or buffing checkpoints, right? It will only be a final test if I'm somehow satisfied with the whole game. But yeah, for that to happen, there are still multiple months ahead, so yeah, nothing that I should worry about right now. Nice. Wow, I don't know what to think about this. Well, without a doubt, this has been the screen with the most amount of checkpoints in a single screen, and that's because every single champ is a checkpoint. And you might think that that's pretty cool, but if only that means that these champs are insanely hard to do. So yeah, pretty... that one... Okay, these two maybe not so much. But yeah, I don't know about the rest. Well, in fact, this one I don't even know how to do it. Might be a line specific. And not to mention that in order to land, you do a corner jump. Well, that at that point it's not even a champ, because there's not much you can do or outside of landing there. This first champ looks crazy. Wait, hold up. I say that I will check the bitrate. So I will, obviously. That's the idea. Let me raise the bitrate a little bit and see how the connection responds. And no, it's still not working well. God damn it, dude. Still didn't drop any frame because I lowered the bitrate in time, but yeah. Well, at least it seems that it's something consistent. It really seems that I'm getting throttled by the ISP. Oh, I got the champ then. Oh, okay. Well, nice. I guess shit talking the ISP was the secret formula. Yeah, unfortunately, so far we can't do much. But worry not. There will be a plan B for tomorrow. It's like I'm not gonna play this game tomorrow, that much I'm sure of. This game is something that at most I will have to play weekly. At most. To avoid losing my mind, obviously. But yeah, I have a plan B. I could play another fun game, or I could even play another thing entirely. Though no, that other thing maybe not. No, it's probably for it to be a fun game. Probably an old one, since an old fun game is most likely to not have any screen effects that will make your bitrate shit the bed. Well, that's not necessarily always true, especially if it's one of those simple trap needle games. They don't tend to have much going on the screen. Yeah, maybe there might be one trap that makes the screen go crazy or something, but aside from that... almost. But yeah. I don't like that Vine champ at the end though. But something that cannot be understated is that this is the last floor of this area. I thought I wouldn't be able to complete any full area today, but it seems that I'm wrong. I mean, obviously I shouldn't speak too soon since this is still not over, but... Well, but technically, considering that I got to the half point of this checkpoint, and considering that I completed a floor outside of this area, I guess it is safe to say that I completed a full area today. Which is very cool indeed. Well, the issue of playing a fun game tomorrow will be picking it. Picking a fun game is hard, well, just like picking any game is. But with fun games... Well, you know the very generic phrase, you know, life is like a box of chocolates or whatever, you never know what you're gonna find inside. Well, with fun games it's like that too. You never know what you're gonna find inside. Sometimes you can predict it thanks to the review system of Delicious Fruit, but even with that, sometimes what you open up is something that is completely different from what you were expecting. And that can happen often. That can happen very often. It's just one of those things. But hopefully by tomorrow this bitrate problem is solved, because I really want to play Dark Souls. Well, that and that it doesn't come back in the middle of the stream, because that could also happen. So today it started from the beginning. I pressed start stream and the problems immediately started. So that's both well, it's a bad thing because it means that the downtime is relatively long, but it's a good thing because it means that it's not something spontaneous. It's something that has been going on for some time. And if it happens tomorrow, it will also be happening for some time as well, or at least that's what I wanna believe. But yeah, that's the current situation. Yeah. We gotta thank Macedonia for making this game and allowing me to actually have a stream today. That's something that not many games can achieve. So a game like this is very good for that. Another thing that this incident let me know is that Twitch has a bigger buffer than I expected. Like, OBS was showing the red square when I raised the bitrate, but it's showing it a lot earlier than any frame drop happened. In fact, the last 2 times that I increased the bitrate, it didn't frame drop at all because I lowered it in time, even though OBS was already showing like the red square. So that, well, that could mean 2 things. The first one is that OBS lets you know with a lot of anticipation that you're gonna drop a frame, but that also should mean that Twitch has a decent enough buffer, even though I'm streaming in low latency mode. Because obviously if you're streaming in high latency, you have a way bigger buffer, like a 10-second buffer or something like that. In low latency, I'm pretty sure the buffer is no more than 2 or 3 seconds, which is very low for a live stream, something that is happening at this very moment live. It's a very low buffer. Like, if I'm not mistaken, television uses a way longer buffer, like probably 10 or 20 seconds at the very least. But yeah. But then again, television usually, the whole point is that they don't need to interact with an audience in real time, well, except for the on-stage audience, which is not a problem, obviously. But it comes to a Twitch live stream, the interaction with the chat has to be as fast as possible. Not like in my particular channel it will make a huge difference anyways, but it's something that it's a lot nicer, like being able to say something and almost immediately read an answer in chat, or the opposite, that you could ask something and I can almost immediately answer it. That's very cool. And it didn't used to be the default. In fact, in Twitch it wasn't even a thing until probably 5 or 6 years ago, which is more or less when I started streaming, basically, that the low latency streams got introduced. But yeah, they were a very good addition to Twitch, that's for sure. doesn't seem like a very good addition is this checkpoint. What the hell is going on here? How am I not able to do it? Like, you need to make it to that champ, then jump slightly higher, and then jump to the save. The issue is that slightly higher is not easy to do. Oh, hold up. I could also do 2 jumps above the first water barge. That might work. But it's very precise as well. Okay, that worked. Damn, that was so much easier. In fact, I wonder how many of these checkpoints are so much easier than how I'm doing them, and how faster I could do them if I done them the optimal way. Very hard to tell without having the creator or the tester or someone that is super good at this game in the chat. And even then, a lot of them usually don't want to interfere because they want to let the player discover everything by themselves, right? Because that's also part of the experience and part of the feedback, right? Like, how will a player react to this part on his own? Like, what part here is too hard or too easy for the player? When you interfere, something that will be pretty hard to the player will immediately become trivial, simply because you gave a very useful tip, right? Let's see if a line will change something here. It might. In these checkpoints that you are essentially forced to a single align unless you carry it from another checkpoint, it usually is worth it to check the only align you're allowed to pick after the checkpoint. Because if it's an align specific jump, and if the game is not a piece of shit obviously, it will be the only align you can use. Because otherwise you will be effectively soft lock, assuming it's align specific obviously. Okay. The problem now is that we have to deal with a bind jump. God damn it. I think so far this zone has been the one with the most amount of bind jumps. But I cannot really say I enjoyed it. And again, I just think the zone in general just looks dull. But yeah, it is what it is. Funny how our Knights is about to release a busted unit, but it's better to save for the even more busted unit that comes after. Okay. The good old power creep. Gotta love the power creep, right? Wow, that looks very hard. And this is the only checkpoint that doesn't have the next checkpoint after the jump. It has it after the second jump. Because you need to land first. Every other checkpoint, the moment you landed, you were already in the next checkpoint, but not this one. You need to land and then do another jump, and then you have the checkpoint. Obviously, it's not a very big jump, but it not being a big jump doesn't mean it will be easy. Or rather, it doesn't mean it won't be hard. So that's a thing to keep in mind, obviously. But yeah. Okay. Not okay. Oh, speaking of power creep, something that is insane is the power creep in Ragnarok Online, dude. Like, every time a new version appears, Like, something gets introduced that completely outclasses everything else. In terms of equipment, usually. Like, every time that a new dungeon gets introduced, the equipment that you get from that dungeon is usually way better than anything else. Obviously, there are some builds that might have nothing that they benefit from with that new equipment, but yeah. If there is a build that benefits from that equipment, you can bet your ass it will be the best equipment they could possibly use. Essentially. So yeah, power creep is something so crazy. In games that have constant updates, yeah, keep on farming, obviously that's the idea. If they release new content, they don't want you to sit your ass with what you have. They want you to keep playing what they keep putting out. Because obviously they want to give you a reason to play it. But yeah, that's something that eventually every game with constant updates devolves into. A power creep fest. It's inevitable. Even Genshin had it, even though for quite a long time it kept the power creep to a minimum. The moment Dendro appeared, the power creep went through the roof. And then Fontaine didn't help either. But yeah, at least, I mean, obviously you still have usable characters, even if they are old. I mean, Ito is still usable, after all. But yeah, other characters will make your life easier, clearly. But it is what it is. So how do you even do that, Sham? Like, in the first place, I don't even know how to get out of this block, but even getting out of this block, when do you double jump? I will assume above this, because if you double jump here, you don't have enough room. Well, maybe you do if you do a very short jump. I just don't know. Like, you should have put a checkpoint here, bro. If you're gonna put a checkpoint after every jump, and especially what pisses me off is it's the one jump that is a bind jump. Like, the worst jump in the whole screen, and it's the only one that doesn't have a checkpoint right afterwards. Like, it's crazy. Because the jump that comes afterwards just looks insanely hard. So if, in order to even try that, you need to go through this bind shit. Nice. Alright. At least it worked. And then one more jump to the portal. Well, this one at least it's clear what you need to do. It's a single jump into a double jump. Promise that first single jump, well, the first jump has to be the lowest possible. And then you have to aim for the double jump, obviously. That's a weird jump. It's kind of like a gate jump, but also with more spike afterwards. Like a weird fusion between a gate jump and a diagonal. Ah, close. Nice. Huh. So we were able to beat another zone somehow. And what's even better, we are back at full screen zones. What's not that nice though is that this looks... I mean, it looks less lame than the previous one, but it looks lame regardless. Seems that the volume is fine, at least it looks fine. Alright. So, what do we have here? I wonder. Well, I don't know what we have, but I do know what we don't have, which is bind champs. So that's a good way to start the zone. The fact that there is not a single bind in sight is a very good signal. And there is only one water parch, and it looks like it's part of a not very complete champ. So all of this is just gonna be good old needle, which doesn't necessarily mean that it's gonna be easier, but at least it means that no bind bullshit is gonna get in the way. So this is all gonna come down to simple needle inexperience with me. Yeah, that previous screen was pretty crazy, because I feel like even though most of the champs were indeed quite hard, I will say that a lot of the other screen also had relatively challenging champs, and yet they weren't full of checkpoints like that one. So yeah. But at least, even if obviously the difficulty is gonna be higher, it seems that here we are kinda back to more normal needle. So it's just a matter of getting good, obviously. Also, why didn't I jump to this block instead of trying to jump straight here? I mean, no reason not to do it. I don't remember if I did that the first time I got there or not. Hey, it's easier to do that and then come here. Or maybe, hold up. Maybe you actually have to jump from here. Because is this jump even possible? I will have to try. Hey, I'm not 100% sure. Something that I'm very sure of though is that it's cold as shit right here. Like, it's very cold. I know that I say that at the beginning of the stream, but it's like it's gotten colder ever since I started streaming. So yeah, that's an issue. Damn it. Seems that one champ here was one of those beginner luck champs. Well, it's fine. Trying to see the rest of the champs in the checkpoint. The last champ can also be very challenging. Keep in mind that the ceiling, or well, the top of the screen is a ceiling in this game. It's not something that you can jump off a screen. Yeah, maybe, no. I don't think you have to jump straight from here. Yeah, you have to do it from here, but it looks hard either way. Because if you jump from here, the hard part is that this thing cannot allow you to full jump, even though at a single glance this looks like you can full jump without touching this from here, but I don't know. But then again, if you cannot do that, if you cannot do a full jump, you're not gonna make the second jump. And from here it's the same issue, or a similar issue, but like the bigger issue is that you are further from this platform, so it looks harder to make that jump from there. But if this full jump is not possible, then basically it's impossible to make it from here, which means that you need to do it from this one. But yeah, we will see. For now, let's just try. Okay, it is possible from there. Nice. Oof. Okay, yeah, as expected there is a ceiling up here, but this jump... Unfortunately, I have no idea how to do this jump. I don't know if it's trying... Well, because that's the thing, I cannot even jump that high from here. With this height, I will assume that at most I can land here, which means that the double jump has to be also very small. Unfortunately, that one was too small. Damn it. Fuck. I have no clue how to do that last jump. And it's a shame because I ace every single jump before it in the first try. I doubt that that's gonna repeat itself, but then it looked cool at least. Cannot deny that. Last time, just to check how my progress is going. Last time I was able to beat like 9.5 floors, because I did from 21 to 30.5. And today I was able to do half, because I did 30, like the half of 30. And then I did 5 afterwards, so we have 5.5 so far. And if it ends in that, or if I get to this checkpoint and then I stop there, that will be 6 floors. So as expected, the progress keeps slowing down. I mean, the sad part is that at this rate, getting to no floor being beaten at all in a stream, it's something that is approaching very quickly. Like, it's approaching super quickly. And the time that happens, I think that it will be a very safe time to call it quits, because not being able to beat a single needle screen in a whole stream, like, holy shit. That will be terrible. But yeah, I can expect it to happen. It's probably not gonna happen until I get past floor 50, or at least I want to believe that. But it will eventually happen for sure. That's the reason why I say that potentially this could be, if, well, I decide to fully beat this game, it could potentially be the longest playthrough in my channel. Like, it will still have ways to go to beat Wings of V, but it could very easily do it. Assuming that the final floors are extremely hard, it could do it. But yeah, it's a little bit too early to worry about the final floors when I'm not even halfway through the game, you know? Hey, how is it going, Ghost Dean? Thanks. I'll try. I'll try to to have fun. Nah, I'm just kidding. I'm having fun simply because I'm streaming. But yeah, the good luck part is important. A lot of these champs feel very luck-based, even though obviously there's no such a thing in this type of needle. But yeah, when you are not good at needle, a lot of things feel up to chance. So that's the case for me here. But yeah, I'll try to have good luck. I'm also not gonna stream for that much longer for today. I calculate half an hour more and then we are done for the day. Alright, here again. Nice. Okay. We got that checkpoint. Very cool. And now onto the second half of the floor. Let me do a first panning of this. Well, aside from this champ, like this block to this block, and then perhaps this champ as well. Oh, actually, wait, this whole lower side is a problem. Because the last champ also looks hard. The rest of the champs at a single glance don't look that hard. But yeah, that bottom side looks annoying. It's okay though. Worry not. I mean, I feel like at this point, being able to beat a zone in a single stream counts as a victory. So what I'm doing here are essentially victory laps. Even if I get stuck here until the next stream, I still will count it as a victory. Can you jump straight to here? It might be doable. It looks like it will be quite hard. Yeah, well, I don't know if it's doable. But assuming it's doable, it definitely looks harder than doing it the intended way, so... Okay, I guess I'll stick to the intended way in that case. Yeah, that champ is rough. But as I say, probably not as rough as the final one. I mean, the final one is just doing a double champ. In fact, I'm pretty sure it's both champs are full champs. You full champ into this and then full double champ. Well, maybe not full, because maybe bonking your head could make you die, but it doesn't... Well, I don't know. It's the kind of thing that you will only know when you're there. At least so far, looks looks like smooth checkpoint. Too late. Also, maybe it's something that might not be too noticeable with the low bitrate, but every platform and every spike has lights that are constantly moving. Well, maybe with the low bitrate it even looks more well animated, because instead of seeing the individual pixels, you will probably see something not very well defined. Sorry, I was trying to take a fly out. But sometimes they get too cocky. I don't know why a fly is alive though. How the fuck is a fly alive with this cold? Hey, come on, shouldn't you be dead? Insects are not supposed to be alive in these temperatures. Well, obviously they are, but like, come on. So that's something that I would like to know. I mean, the answer is most likely hibernation. But for example, mosquitoes, right? They usually die in winter in low temperatures because they need heat to thrive. So how are they able to survive from one season to the other? Like, it has to be hibernation, right? Like, they hide somewhere and sleep the whole winter to be active on the summer. Or maybe they somehow go to the other side of the world when it's summer and then they come back. So otherwise they should go extinct. Because you usually don't see mosquitoes in winter. Like, they are almost non-existent. So yeah, it's probably something to do with hibernation, but I'm surprised that nobody tries to find their spots to murder them while they are hibernating. They have world spawns, Tim. That's an issue. Though, ironically, I'm pretty sure the spawns, actually, like the actual spawns, their eggs, hatch relatively quickly, so I don't think they could like put an egg in, well, lay an egg in summer and then it hatches the other summer. I don't think it works that way. Then again, I'm not an expert at the subject, but I will assume that their birth period is a lot faster than that. But I mean, you have even bigger animals like pigeons, where the birth period after the egg is laid is like 2 weeks or something. I think maybe a month, but not more than that. No, I think it's just 2 weeks. And I will know that. I live in 2 apartments so far where pigeons are just like having their nets next to them. So you will hear the little chicks crying when they are born. Then eventually they get feathers, and at the beginning they have trouble flying, and then they just become regular pigeons, obviously. That's part of growing up. But yeah. They don't take that long. I'm pretty sure it's 2 weeks for hatching and 2 weeks to be able to fly. and then 2 more weeks probably to be considered adults or something like that, I don't know. But it's not a long time. I mean, it's the reason why in many places pigeons are considered a plague, because they can just reproduce extremely fast and they become able to reproduce also extremely fast. So yeah, they are basically the perfect survival animal. Like, their reflexes are insane considering that they are constantly surrounded by danger. And yeah, they don't need much to survive either. I feel like they are the ultimate specimen. Because I don't think that even rats are that good at surviving shit. Because let's say that the world gets flooded. A lot of rats wouldn't survive very well. While pigeons will just be flying, obviously they will struggle finding food. But with the amount of garbage they eat, I mean, most of the food pigeons eat is insects. And I'm pretty sure with a flood, insects will thrive even more since they love dirty water. So yeah. That's why cars turn into a bird, of course. Pigeons are particularly good at surviving. Not to mention that the only birds that can hunt a pigeon, I think they are the apex predators. Like things like eagles or some shit like that. Like, those are the only ones that can hunt a pigeon. Everyone else, well, obviously, if they get caught in the ground, any mammal pretty much can hunt them. But assuming they escape in time, and they usually do, the only thing in the air that can rival them are things like eagles. Everything else, they bully the other creatures. They don't eat them, for what I understand. Like, they don't eat other birds, they just eat insects. But yeah, like, for example, things like sparrow or hummingbirds or shit like that, they just bully the shit out of them. Like, if there's food on the ground and they are nearby, they are just gonna drive them away, because they are simply bigger. But yeah. The only ones they cannot do shit about are the actual hunting birds like eagles. Those, there's not much you can do, though. Even those, like, even if they obviously cannot fight against them, they can still escape very easily. You know? Like, that's the thing, they are so versatile that even with such a strong hunter as an eagle, they can still escape. But yeah, I have the feeling that that's the case, that pigeons are the ultimate life form. Even more so than cockroaches. As I said, all that shit that you could think of that have high survivability in the ground, like cockroaches or rats, if there is a flood, some of them might survive, but they will be... the ones that cannot react in time will get instantly killed. That's not gonna happen with pigeons unless one of them is sleeping on the ground while the flooding comes, which usually doesn't happen. Pigeons have no reason to sleep on the ground. They usually tend to sleep in high places, obviously. So yeah. Just remember that. When the world is gonna go to shit, pigeons are gonna survive. And since most insects will inevitably survive too, they definitely won't run out of food. So yeah, pigeons will be the last survivors, or at least the strongest survivors. Because yeah, obviously for them to survive there have to be insects to survive as well, but insects can't do shit against a pigeon. Very clearly. Well, unless it's something like a scorpion, but I don't see a scorpion surviving a flood either. But then again, some people wouldn't consider the scorpion an insect, but I mean, when I say insect, I mean the small ones that fly. That's what counts as an insect to me. I don't know if a killer wasp will do well. Because I mean, wasps are some of the biggest pieces of shit in the world. And I don't know if they can actually confront a pigeon. Because you know that there are some wasps that are gigantic. Some wasps, you even think they are birds with how big they are. So I don't know if those will have a good chance at surviving. Probably. But I don't know if they will. I'm pretty sure pigeons will fuck them up regardless, dude. Like, it's just a matter of with what you can attack. Know that a pigeon can attack with 3 things. They can attack with their bills, with their they are not called legs, they are called something else, but yeah, with that, with their feet. And they can also attack with their wings. And believe it or not, that's something that might be unbelievable, but I see it, like, I see it from my apartment. Sometimes pigeons fight each other, and when they are in the edge of a balcony, they raise their wings and they flap it against the other pigeon. It's pretty funny because they look extremely stupid doing that. But yeah, they can attack with 3 different things. While I'm pretty sure that a wasp can only attack with its with the sting, right? A stinger or whatever it's called. Like, I'm pretty sure the wings cannot be used for attacking. And they don't have anything in their mouths. Well, maybe they have some little pincers or whatever they are called in their mouth. But that's something that they use when their victim is already stunned and or dead. I'm pretty sure they wouldn't use it as an attack method. So yeah. Essentially, what I'm trying to say is that pigeons will inherit the earth. That's for sure. Oh yeah. Believe it. Also, I'm surprised this checkpoint is taking me so long. I guess the main issue with this checkpoint is this jump. I have no clue how to do this jump, because you do it too high and you hit this spike, but you do it too low and you're not gonna make it to this platform. So it's a very, very sweet spot, and not to mention that's not even the final jump. So yeah, maybe I cannot beat this checkpoint today, and that's okay. I mean, last time something similar happened. I was in floor 30, and I was, well, I think it wasn't even the final checkpoint. It was like the second to last, but but I couldn't beat it, so... And I was trying it for quite a while in that stream, so I will expect the same thing will happen here. But yeah, that's okay as I say, because simply because I was able to beat a whole zone today. And in total, if we count the half of floor 30, I was able to beat 6 floors. So that's obviously, looking it from a bigger perspective, it's bad, obviously. But hey, at least it's more than half of the progress of last time. Last time the progress was 9 screens and a half. So today the progress being 6 screens is a win in my book. Because naturally you will expect it to be less than 5 if you're talking about a linear loss of progression. But no, it wasn't that bad. Only time will tell when it will get that bad. Because eventually it will happen. We have yet to see that. But yeah, for now, let's just focus on this moral victory. And also before ending the stream, I will try to raise the bitrate again, though I obviously don't expect anything to happen, but an attempt will be made. And if it doesn't work, I will have to probably stream another fun game tomorrow. But if it does work, well, I guess it's still a matter of worrying, because it could happen tomorrow too. Obviously, regardless of what happens, I need to... Before starting the stream tomorrow, I need to check the connection. And that's it. Nothing more, nothing less. I think the Twitch test still works, right? Because Twitch provides you with a program that you can connect to any Inches server, and just like that you can try your connection. Damn it. So that's something I will want to do. I mean, right now, though, the problem with that program, to me that program is kinda shit, because even if you can stream, like for example, I'm streaming right now. Yes, I'm streaming at low bitrate, but you can see the stream perfectly. But if I use that Twitch application, Twitch will, well, that application will say that the quality of my connection is 0. Because it uses a number from 0 to 100, where an acceptable connection is 80. So it will show a quality of 0 even though I can clearly stream. It's just that I need to do it at low bitrate. And that's something the application doesn't tell you. So especially if you use a number from 0 and 100, using a viable connection as a 0, it's like, come on, dude. And not everyone lives in the first world, you know? Not everyone has the standards that will be expected from living in, I don't know, in New York, right? So yeah, if I can stream constantly at 3000 kilobits per second, I'm sorry, but that's not a 0 quality connection. It's not an 80, sure, call it a 40, a 50, or whatever you want, but it's definitely not a 0. A 0 should be that you can barely even connect to the Inches servers, that you cannot even stream 100 kilobits per second. That's a 0. But if you can consistently stream 3000 kilobits per second, it should never be a 0. But this program wants to paint that as a 0, which basically is completely worthless. But it is useful to see if something is iffy in your connection. That's what's useful for. Same as the speed test. Like the speed test that you can do online are not really useful to determine your actual speed, because they are always, they depend on a lot of factors, right? But the thing is that they are useful if your internet is not working or it's working so bad that it can barely connect to any server. That's when it is important. So yeah, the same applies to the Twitch application. It's only important if you want to know if there's something wrong. If you want to determine how well you can stream, it's not useful because it will always tell you that your connection sucks. Zero stream aesthetic? Well, that's also true in my case. But I don't know if that application is smart enough to see that, you know? But yeah. I just hope that whatever problem is happening right now gets solved by tomorrow, because I really don't want to deal with that. Especially like lately, having so many other worries in my mind and then adding another one like this, it's just not cool, bro. Like, come on. Like, give me a break, you know? But then again, it could be worse. Will definitely be worse. So, for what it is, I probably shouldn't complain too much. Also, when I say first world and I mention New York, maybe that was a little bit inaccurate. So I'm pretty sure that of all places I could have mentioned, a city like New York probably doesn't have good internet infrastructure. A lot of people report that cities like that tend to have like only 2 companies providing internet, and they usually have the shittiest practices possible. And yeah, it is what it is. But yeah, maybe that example wasn't the greatest one. But yeah, I don't know what example is a good one, because internet issues happen anywhere. You know, like, they are not exclusive of a specific place. But it is also true that places like, for example, for what I understand, places like Tokyo have an insanely good internet infrastructure. But yeah, something like that is definitely not the case here, but it's also not the case in a lot of other countries that are considering most other aspects first world, right? But yeah, whatever. Point is that right here we do what we can. Alright, let's do 3 more tries before ending. So that's 1, that's 2, and that's 3. Well, not bad. Though, as I say, before that I want to check one more time to increase the bitrate and see what happens. But yeah, I don't expect it to change, but I need to check. Yeah, no, it's still working badly. Well, at least that's useful information. It's not happy information, mind you, but it's useful nonetheless. So, yeah, knowing this, wow, I didn't even mean to sham, that was funny though. Knowing that my connection currently is not working well, I don't know if tomorrow I will play Dark Souls 2 as I expected to play. Like, I might need to play a fan game or something like that, because a game like Dark Souls cannot be streamed at very low bitrate. Like, you will barely be able to tell what's going on, even less than already happens, you know? So, yeah. If the connection keeps like this, it will have to be another fan game. If the connection works well, it will clearly be Dark Souls 2, but that's something I cannot know until tomorrow, so you will know by the time the stream starts. So thanks everyone a lot for watching, and I'll be seeing you on the next stream. So have a good one and take care.